Announce the winners of this year's awards. Let's give you a chance to be a winner yourself with some 2K TV Interactive. And this one is an easy one.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. The tallest building in Michigan. Now it's headed out.
Hey, Kevin, thank you very much.
Good insight there, Dave. Thank you. Here are the five for the Clippers. Junior's out there with Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Williams. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. And for the Pistons, Derrick Rose is out there with Wayne Ellington. Then there's Okafor. Then there's Griffin. And it's Ariza in at the 3 spot. Greg, for those teams who have overachieved in the regular season as the playoffs are coming up, how do they ensure their success continues into the postseason?
Well, Kevin, the skeptics are still going to be out there. You just got to understand the playoffs are a different animal. You've got to be resilient and adaptable when the adversity hits, because it's going to come. And the belief system is so paramount to success of teams, especially underdog teams in the postseason. Do they have the confidence to get the job done?
And here's Rose. Over Ibaka. Rose. Good.
And that's exactly how you want to utilize Rose at the point guard position. Run him off screens all night long.
Outside Leonard. So timeout called here. The first for Los Angeles. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Well, it was probably a good feeling in that last game that the mid-range worked, the long-range worked, the inside game worked. But the best feeling was the crowd leaving that building not in a good mood.
George with no one around. There he goes.
You don't want to be jumping on a play like that. No. Wow, he was up there, Kevin.
Well, after a strong start to the year, Junior has continued to improve. He's really entrenched himself as the leader for Rookie of the Year. This might be his award to lose.
There's still some time left, but as you said, Greg, Junior's well positioned. If he takes another step forward, he might just run away with it. And he banks in the layup. Junior's got 6.
Man, right off the bat, super sharp here offensively. 4 of 5 so far.
Rose passes to Ellington. Passes it to Griffin. Back to Ellington. Over George. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Clippers have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far.
And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
Ariza no luck. Griffin against Williams. And Junior throws it down.
Always in pursuit of the basketball. If you throw it up, Junior's looking to throw it down.
And you know, Greg, in the past, Griffin felt at times criticized as being a one-dimensional player.
I tell you, Kevin, I think he's answered those critics. You look at his passing and his development as a shooter, one of the more complete offensive players in the league.
And there's the pass to Ellington. And it's sent back by George.
Not many guys have the two-way ability of a Paul George. Just as dangerous defensively as he can be offensively.
Just 2 to shoot.
Yeah, really like the defensive focus and intensity at the start. And you can see they're struggling from the field.
To the paint and stolen by Ariza. And now the Pistons fast break. Pass to Ellington. Pulls it up. The shot that time not on target. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Ariza outside. No good on the three. Clippers leading by 8. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. And it's George finishing it off.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, the bully ball tonight has paid dividends. Highly effective down there with the physical play.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Yeah, you know they wanted a few of those plays back. What a tough way to go out in that one.
Yeah, really a game that they should not have lost, but sometimes even when you play your best, it might not be good enough.
Grant, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. Now here's Ellington, defended by George. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Junior getting aggressive in the paint there and gets his shot off even after getting fouled.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the Pistons, down by 12. Last time they came together was in Los Angeles, where they fell to the Clippers.
And it's going to come down to effort tonight. Last time they met each other, they were demolished on the boards, and that rebounding difference led to a sizable loss.
Well, let's see if the lesson was learned from that loss. If they come out with the same type of effort, they can expect a similar result here.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Grant outside. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Clippers leading by 14. Williams for 3. Hands it from downtown.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
A 3-time 6th man of the year. Last season, Lou Williams named his newborn son 6 in honor of his success in that role.
We talk a lot about the Mount Rushmore of the game's greatest players. Maybe we can start to chisel out the 6th men of the year in the NBA. Lou Williams would have to get some serious consideration for that monument.
Hayes, he's checked in for the Pistons.
I swear Junior got a text message that time. He knew it was coming.
Pass to Leonard. Kicks it to Junior. Griffin on the double team. Junior the pass to Beverly. To the inside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Blake Griffin. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But 2 other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. 2 guys, when you look at those 2, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become. And it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
Hayes in the post, defended by Beverly.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
For 3. They get the rebound. Out to Morris. Here's Junior. Wants to get it to Zubas, and does.
And Coach can thank Junior's vision for this one. Watches how the floor is moving and spots the open man.
Hayes the pass to Grant. play in the low block, and that one's good. Grant's got 5.
Grant at 6'9", using that length right there. A nice soft touch in close to the rim.
Now, here's Junior. He's covered by Grant. Passes it to Beverly. Doesn't go for him. And the Pistons now going the other way. All sorts of time. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Here's Junior. Turned in an outstanding game against Brooklyn. There's the double team with Grant. Morris. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
And Junior throws it down.
Playing with so much confidence. When Junior finds his rhythm, he is a lot of fun to watch.
1:43 left in the first quarter. Hayes the pass to Okafor. And the rejection by Zubac. Junior with it, working on Hayes. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Jackson has the open look. A three-pointer off the mark. Pistons trail by 18. Here's Hayes. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Portland.
And also in that one, he had the opposition on pins and needles on the defensive end of the floor, recording 4 steals that night on his way to an overall stellar game.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Here's Junior, and the foul called on Junior. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
Shake Milton, he's checked in for the Clippers. Detroit's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Grant the pass to Bay. 46 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Junior kicks to Milton. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Clippers leading by 18. Here's Junior. And close in the shot, even with the foul. Now the 2 free throws.
Yeah, and early on doing a really nice job at the free throw line.
The Clippers shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And the Pistons making a change here. Ariza's checked in. Trying to get something going. No good there. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And don't go...
Old school basketball, you know.
23 seconds left in the first. Now here's Hayes. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Portland.
And he really made an impact defensively. His 4 steals were huge.
Here's Grant. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. And the buzzer sounds to end the first, and we've got a blowout underway here. Clippers lead by 20. Don't go. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a comfortable margin here for the Clippers guys.
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
You've got Hayes. Grant is out there with Trevor Ariza. And it's Bay in at the four-man position. That's the group for Detroit right now. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Junior, in his last outing against the Nets, was a man on a mission. He had an impressive number of points, and that was just the start of it. He wound up with a triple-double in what was quite a display for him. When you look at the stat sheet, he was mind-blowing. It's hard to imagine he can follow it up tonight with that same level of production. Kevin, we'll see.
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
And that's what every player has control of, his level of activity. It allows you to impact the game even if the shot isn't falling.
And I imagine this is a really tough stretch of the season for teams that, Steve, are on the outside of the playoff picture.
It is, Kevin. But no player in this league should quit on the season. There's a lot you can do on working on your individual and team chemistry and team camaraderie for the next season.
And Ellington's checked in for the Pistons. Rose comes in for Hayes. And then for Los Angeles, Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. And Kawhi Leonard subbed in for Morris. Junior kicks to Ibaka. Outside Leonard. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And Junior throws it down.
It's so tough to keep up with Junior offensively, mainly because of his advanced feel for the game.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Come on!
Outside Rose. And it's Ariza in the corner. Off target from three-point range.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And Junior throws it down.
Always in pursuit of the basketball. If you throw it up, Junior's looking to throw it down.
Pass to Ellington. The pass to Ariza. Pocket six. That one doesn't go. Nice D from Junior.
Oh, man, still a goose egg for him in the scoring column.
Leonard with the bucket.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
For Detroit, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Ibaka against Griffin. Shot to stop the run, and plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. And the Clippers get called for the foul.
When you think of low post scorers, you got to put Griffin down there. Yes, he likes to face up, but with his back to the basket, he's pretty good as well, drawing fouls.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Paul George comes in for Shake Milton, and it's Williams in for Jackson. And Junior throws it down.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
Especially considering it's on the road in front of a tough crowd. They've been able to block out the distractions.
This is to Leonard. And Junior throws it down.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
Rose against Williams. Rose kicks to Ellington. Puts up a 3. Doesn't go that time. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
And it was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time these two squared off and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
They generated second chance opportunities on one end, preventing them on the other end. That was the story of the game.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
And you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line. and they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Pass to Ellington. Ariza outside. Back to Rose. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
The heart from Rose didn't quit on the play, and his efforts are well rewarded.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And Derrick Rose said when he first attempted to come back from his injuries, he was playing revenge basketball. Now he just seems so much more at ease.
Yeah, I agree, GA. I'll tell you, he still has that competitive spirit in him. Yes, check that off. I think now he's just happier to be able to play the basketball injury-free. And to see his teammates and the league respond when he had that 50-point game, people were really generally happy for Derrick Rose.
George looking over the floor. And again, no good by the Clippers.
The defense was begging him to take that shot, and he took the bait, but you can't blame him.
And stolen by Junior. George, no good.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
Ellington finds Ariza. Right side, Griffin. Not going to go that time. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
They knew that the arena would be rocking. And if they could execute well on the offensive end, they knew they could quiet down this hostile crowd.
Rose passes to Ariza. Got a hand on it.
It's tough to get past Junior when he's locked in. Opponents might have to challenge someone else defensively.
Inside, Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Beautiful location on the pass, as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Outside Rose. Passes to Griffin. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids, you're right. And it's George finishing it off.
Wonderful job moving the rock. Junior's willingness to work it to his open teammates is fantastic.
Detroit's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Outside Rose. Got a piece of it. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And Junior throws it down.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Outside Rose. Six on the shot clock. To end the drought. Okafor kicks to Rose. Detroit, no good that time either.
The will is there, but the execution is lacking. He can't seem to finish plays this quarter.
And the shot is good. Junior's got 40 points.
Down the stretch, this is when they need him the most, and he is delivering.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
Yeah, just looking to tighten up their defense in the paint. They've got to be better.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. You look at Junior in this one, he's been everywhere.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
They're asking a lot of him, shouldering the load in a number of areas. You just hope he has enough left at the end.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Lou Williams. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Junior in at the power forward. And Junior throws it down.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. Outside Rose. Outside for Griffin, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose.
Boy, if you're the coach, you hate to see that kind of miscommunication between your guys.
A tremendous mobile 1 block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And he's all over that shot. Has it read the whole way.
And it's Rose with the ball for Detroit. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Junior. Then it's Williams. Then it's Paul George. And it's Ibaka in at the 5, down low. On defense, the Clippers. You know, you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to affecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. Junior, in his last outing against the Nets, played superb basketball. He had an impressive number of points, and that was just the start of it. He wound up with a triple-double in what was quite a display for him. He put up great numbers in a terrific effort. It's not a game that anyone wanted to miss, and he'll be looking for a repeat performance tonight, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Yeah, right. Now, I'm sure he wants to come out in attack mode. The other key for him is to continue to get to his spots on the floor.
Here's Rose, following the basket by Junior. Rose against Williams. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Passes it to Okafor. And they get it.
I don't know what they drew up at halftime, but it ain't working. 0 for 4 to start the half.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far. And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
No, because it's gone dead silent in this arena. What a fantastic performance here on the road.
Now here's Okafor. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts. And you can only admire the grit that Junior plays with. He's not afraid of a little contact.
Free throw good, Junior. Detroit's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Pass to Okafor. On the wing, Ellington. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Buries the long-range jumper. He has 5.
And some well-needed scoring. He stops a 13-0 run by Los Angeles.
And the Clippers call time here.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the most subtle moves that make the biggest difference.
Hayes, he's checked in for Detroit. Williams looking around. Here's Junior, and Junior throws it down.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Well, the results are clear as day. Great approach coming into the third quarter. We'll see if they can keep it up.
To the left wing, Griffin. They get it back. Here's Okafor. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow.
And when Griffin is healthy, he's an effective player. A double-double threat. He's tough to match up against.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. The first free throw is good.
And Blake Griffin, and the combination of power and agility, that guy is a handful inside.
Yes, yeah, he can finish with either hand. He favors that right block, and he's got an array of moves down there to keep it guessing.
Down low. And Junior gets it to go on the assist by George. Junior's got 57 points. Detroit's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Outside Griffin. And there's the feed to Okafor. Nice ball movement by Detroit. And Hayes kicks to Griffin. Over Ibaka. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
An elite rim protector. Ibaka has the highly desired combination of athleticism and timing.
That's a shot they're always happy to get, even when he blows the finish.
Now, here's
Well, unlike some players, Junior isn't a guy who has to try to show off. It just happens.
Pistons shooting a rough 22% so far in this one. Now the pass to Griffin. Pass to Ellington. 5 to shoot. Here's the 3. The Clippers grab the miss. Juniors, now the Clippers with it. They're on a 19-5 run here. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. Connects again.
Make that 61 points.
Yep, everything is going his way right now. He's with it. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Throws it up high. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Junior dishes to Williams. Griffin with the steal. On the wing, Ellington. Lots of room. Detroit, no good that time either.
He has shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And you can see the floor awareness there. Junior more than capable of spotting the open teammate.
Pass to Ellington. Servetus. He's covered by Leonard. Leonard with the steal. Pass to Junior. To the middle. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, and it hasn't just been the offensive output. They're putting in the work at the defensive end as well.
Now here's Hayes.
Take that shot, let's go!
Servetus misses off the left iron.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
No, doing anything they can to stop the bleeding, but so far they've had no answers.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
Here's Griffin after the Clippers pick up 2, and he makes that one. Griffin's got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, it's all about the assist on that play. He puts it in the perfect spot.
The pass to Junior. Kicks it out to Leonard. 2 on the clock. From deep three-point range, the shot misses. And Detroit the other way now. And now the Pistons, fast break. There's the dish to Ellington. Pass to Hayes. And a foul call. Almost got it to go in, but he'll go to the line for 2. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Clearly.
We've got Derrick Rose, Trevor Ariza out there with Grant. Then there's Griffin, and it's Ellington in at the 2. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently, how about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to, how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Well, Rose will generate points in any situation. Here he does it by feeding a wide open man.
Milton's shot is good.
Oh, forget about three-pointers. Give me a look from right in tight. I'll take it all day long.
Rose scanning the floor. Trying to get open is Miller. Rose gets the bucket.
The D continues to have no answer for Rose. He is flat out owning them on the offensive end.
And Junior throws it down.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Williams against Rose. You know, Chris, every season we see teams in a given game or series. They just don't seem to have that same energy. What are some of the reasons teams fall flat?
Well, I think sometimes, the stakes are a little bit higher in the playoffs. The other team is playing hard. Some teams have never gotten to that level before. Some teams, let their guards down at times. You try to turn it on, but you're already on the ropes.
Miller finds Rose. And here's Griffin. Inside. Fades and shoots. And there's Rose on the assist by Griffin. Griffin's got 3 assists tonight.
Oh, he's got a role in this quarter, taking it on himself to guide their offense.
And Junior throws it down.
Playing with so much confidence. When Junior finds his rhythm, he is a lot of fun to watch.
Williams against Rose. Basket counts. Rose has got 10 points here in the second half.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Count that bucket.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Now here's Junior, defended by Griffin. Griffin on the double team. Outside, Batum.
Oh, getting up. Junior gets to the rim for the flush. It's the easiest shot in basketball if you got hops.
And so it's Rose bringing it up for the Pistons. Following this one, they get to host the Rockets. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Griffin trying to get open. Rose, that's good.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Here's Junior. And out of bounds, the Pistons will take it. Detroit making a switch here. Jackson's checked in, and Los Angeles making a change here as well. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Lou Williams. Rose passes to Mikhailuk. Chris, we've seen in the three-point contest, they've added a pair of deep shots worth extra points. If the league decided for the All-Star game to test out a 4-point line, what would you think of that?
I'm not sure about the 4-point line yet. I think we'll always have time for that, but I don't think it's a need to rush for that. I think that until everyone can shoot like Curry or most guys can shoot like that, let's just not change it because 1 or 2 guys can. When we look at offensive efficiency and other statistics, still a lot of ways that this game can be improved with the line where it is. I love the NBA welcoming innovation, but this is something that I think we're jumping ahead of the time.
Here's Rose, and the rejection by Jackson. Here's Junior, and rebounds again.
Collecting yet another board.
He's been everywhere, just sensational.
Good intensity from Junior here. Boxes out to win the rebound and goes right back up for the score.
It's stolen by Milton. looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws. It's going to be on Sekou Doumbouya. Free throw good, Junior.
And hasn't had as many opportunities at the line as he did in that first half.
Chris, you had some great battles with those guys in the 2020 Hall of Fame class, like Kobe Bryant and Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett. I know you're going to join them in Springfield in the Hall of Fame soon as well.
Oh, thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. It was an honor playing against these guys. You know, when you think about Kobe and the Mamba mentality, as a friend, you just miss that competitive spirit, and it was an honor to call him an opponent and a friend. Tim Duncan, you know, you had to be prepared when you went up against him and his great Spurs team. Same with Kevin Garnett, just energy and passion, and one of my favorite players of all time. So it was an honor playing against them and an honor to call them friends.
To the paint, shot clock at 5. They get it back. Batum, some solid defense there from Jackson.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Get up, D. Rose. I mean, even after all those injuries, the former MVP can still throw it down.
Junior kicks to Patterson. To the inside. And, yep, another basket.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Los Angeles.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And, of course, this season for these guys has been just remarkable. Win after win, we've watched them take on the best teams in the league and dispatch them with ease. Tonight will mark win number 72, adding to the storied season one more time.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-game.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Junior.
Well, it's easy to look at his scoring as the key to this win, but there's so much more to it than that. It's a triple-double. He got it done everywhere.
Rose against Jackson. Unloads from 13. Rose can't hit.
And every miss finds its way to his hands. Well, what an impressive performance.
It's more than just being in the right place at the right time. I mean, he's been active and aggressive.
Patterson can't get it to go. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Outside Rose. Passes it to Miller. From deep. Here's Mikhailu. No good on the triple. Now, here's Junior. He's guarded closely. And the layup's good off the glass.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Showing remarkable poise and focus throughout the game. A sustained effort across the board.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg